warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, we are from Group 5 and today we are going to present on the topic language and identity. And the member of group is me, Radinda Rosari Ramdhani as speaker 1, Indah Pesona Aisyah as speaker 2, and Salma Fathia as speaker 3. Our presentation will take around 15 until 20 minutes. Each of us will focus on one main aspect of this topic. I will begin by introducing the basic concept of language and identity from the perspective of sociolinguistics. After that, Indah will explain how language not only reflects but also shape our identities with both benefit and challenges. And in the end of this video, Salma Fathia will provide real-life example, especially from the Indonesian multilingual context. Okay, let's begin with the first part. How language reflects personal and group identity. To start, let us clarify what we mean by language and identity. The definition, according to Holmes 2013, language is not just a natural tool for communication. It is also a research for constructing and expressing identity. Every word we choose, every accent we use, and every language variety we select carries signal about who we are. Meyerhold, 2019, goes further, arguing that identity is not fixed. Instead, it is performed and negotiated through social interaction. This means that we can shape or display different identities depending on situation, and language is one of the main ways we do this. Aspects of identity sociolinguists usually distinguish three dimensions of identity. First, personal identity. Language shows our individuality. For example, some people like to use humor in their speech, but maybe the others prefer very formal style. This personal style becomes part of how others recognize them. Second is social identity. Language marks our group membership. Like teenagers often use slang that maybe adults not understand about that, which signal their belonging to youth culture. Like similarly, doctors use medical jargon to mark their identity as professionals. And the last is cultural identity. Language connects us to heritage and tradition. Speaking as local language, such as Japanese or Sundanese, show membership in a cultural community and demonstrates respect for cultural value. Classroom example: in an English class, a student may speak in very formal Indonesian to the teacher but switch to slang with friends. These shifts reveal how language reflects both personal identity, unique style, and social identity like a group belonging. Relevance. This is why sociolinguists like Holmes and Meroff emphasize that studying language always means study people and their identities. In education, especially in ELT, this means teachers are not only teaching word and grammar, they are also interacting with student identities. So, language is a mirror. It shows who we are as individual, as group member, and as cultural beings. Now, Indah will continue by explaining how language not only reflect but also actively shape identity.
Okay, thank you, Radinda. Now, let us move to the relationship between language and identity. According to Meyerhoff, remind us that identity is constructed in interaction. This means that our identity is not only reflected in the language we use, but also created and shaped by it. Language reflects identity. For example, if someone speaks with a Minangkabau accent, people can immediately guess their regional background. If someone speaks English fluently, they may be seen as educated and cosmopolitan or even higher in social status. According to Holmes, explained that language variety, accent, dialogue register function as identity markers. They help us identify who belongs to which group. Next is language shape identity. But language also shape who we are. When Indonesian students practice English daily, they may start to view themselves as part of a global community. A teacher who frequently uses academic English may begin to see themselves as an authority in that field. Next is style shifting and code switching. Meyerhoff used the concept of style shifting and code switching. People adjust their language depending on the context. Is first in a job interview. Someone may use formal Indonesian. With close friends, they may mix Indonesian and English slang. Each shift performs a different identity, benefit, and challenging. Each shift performs a different identity, benefit, and challenge. First is positive aspect. Is language allow us to express pride in our heritage. And second is it connect us with community and open doors to opportunity. And the next, multilingual often feel they can move easily between local, national, and international world. Next is challenge. According to Holmes, warms that not all identity are equally valued. Some accent or dialect are considered prestigious, while others face stigma, and speakers of non-standard variety may be unfairly judgment, even if their ideas are intelligent. Educational relevance, this has real consequence in the classroom. And teacher who respect student local accent and language support their confidence and identity. But if teacher mock or discourage certain ways of speaking, student may feel as ashamed of their background and disengage. And so language both mirror who we are and shape who we become. And now Salma will show us how this plays out in Indonesia.
Thank you, Indah. Now let's look at Indonesia as a concrete example. Multilingual reality, Indonesia is one of the most multilingual nations in the world, with more than 700 local languages. Holmes 2013 emphasized that language choice always reflects identity. So, and Indonesia provides countless examples of this. Everyday example. Take the case of a university student. The first, at home, they may speak Japanese with parents. But the second, at school, they use Indonesian language with classmates. The last is online. They chat in English with international friends. Each language choice reflect a different identity, like local, so national and global. Code switching in education, Mayor of 2019 described code switching as a way of negotiating in identity. In Indonesia, this is common in classrooms. For instance, a language teacher might say, Today we are going to learn about past tense. So if in Indonesian language, the meaning is lampau. So here the teacher performs Here the teacher performs both identities. As an English speaker and as an Indonesian educator, while also helping students understand the lesson, youth identity, a student also use language creatively. And many young people mix English and Indonesian, saying things like this. Aku lagi insecure banget nih. This playful mixing signal a modern urban. Youth identity, meanwhile, speaking Sundanese or Batak with friends strengthens cultural belonging. And education value from my observation, when teacher encourage students to share local local proverbs or cultural. Practice in English class, students feel proud and recognize. Practice in English class, students feel proud and recognize. This practice shows respect for linguistic diversity, which Holmes 2013 argues is essential for building confidence and positive identity. So, mini conclusion. In Indonesia, language is more than communication. It is way of negotiating. Who we are at the local, national, and international levels. So, let me wrap up our presentation. Okay, the last is conclusion. To conclude, we have seen that language and identity are inseparable. First, Radinda introduced the key concept of language and identity from Holmes and Meyerhoff. So the second is Indah explain how language reflect and shape identity with benefit and challenge. The third, I provide real life example from Indonesia showing how people constantly negotiate identity through language choice. As Holmes 2013 and Meyerhoff 2019 remind us, language is not only about exchanging information, it is about expressing who we are, how others see us, and how we connect with our communities. Thank you very much for your attention. We are happy to answer any question.